Guys, welcome back to the channel for another unboxing and overview, this time of Masters of the Universe times Stranger Things, the Demogorgon and the Vecna. Now, this guy right here, or this package right here, is actually showing up some of our targets on sale / clearance. I've had this for a while, was kind of holding off on opening them up, and then just recently we got the He-Man with the Vecna. Might as well open these up together. I did not get this package for the He-Man and Skeletor. I should have played a longer game, but you know what? I really wanted to get it. I really like that Demogorgon, and I'm really liking this Vecna. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to look at both packages, which are very similar. We're going to bust them out. We'll do a quick glance and view and overview of the He-Man and Skeletor. But the main reason for this video is going to be for the Demogorgon and the Vecna. So leave it in the comments. Are you guys Stranger Things fans? I know a lot of you guys are Masters of the Universe fans. What do you think of this mashup? Is it unnecessary? Is it overboard? What are we doing here? Leave it in the comments. The way I am, I like to kit bash and mash things together and have a lot of my toys kind of just in the same world building. You have to have a Demogorgon. You have to have a Vecna. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Like I was saying, guys, the Demogorgon and Skeletor 2-pack was the first one to come out. So on top you have the Demogorgon, and the bottom you have Skeletor, or at the top you got Skeletor, and the bottom you got Demogorgon. If you guys are familiar with Stranger Things, there's a lot of different worlds going on, and it's an exciting show. When it first came out, me and the wife completely dismissed it, didn't want to see it. Couple seasons in, our kids said, hey, you guys really might like to see it because of the flashbacks to the 80s, and sure enough, we completely love the Stranger Things. So here you go. On the side you got the Demogorgon, and you got the die right there, and on the back side some more great art. Right here you can see the Skeletor, and on the bottom you can see the Demogorgon. Put the Havoc staff or the Hellfire staff into the hand, what you see right there, and then of course twist into powerful battle positions for either of the figures. This side you have the Skeletor. They've been on the peg warmer for the past, I don't know, 2 months, however long it came out, but again, I'm getting this really for the Demogorgon. It might be actually easier to film it like this on the sides so you could kind of see them both. Skeletor, Demogorgon right there, and as you come out, there's the inner pack. I mean, you know, you could use that as a nice little background for some shots. A lot of you guys don't keep these, but creative, definitely something that you can use, or, you know, discard if you don't need to. There we are, guys, the Demogorgon and the Skeletor on the left. Let's go ahead and quickly go to this Skeletor. He does have a different color to his armor and chest piece and to his legs. It's almost like a more of a metallic look to it, and his head sculpt, the green isn't as prominent as the Origins one. Oh yeah, big difference. A lot brighter from the Origins, and I guess a little bit more grayed and subdued with the one from the Stranger Things. The head sculpts look the same, just different paint. Interesting. Standard articulation for the Skeletor. Good. I don't know which one I like better. I don't know. Interesting take. I think the new Masterverse Skeletor is going to be kind of like this one, so I guess only time will tell. For the Demogorgon, there's really nothing to compare it to, but I can tell, or it kind of looks like the Beastman armor, at least in the shoulder armor, the shoulder pauldrons there. Let's look at his backside. Yeah, kind of that Beastman look. Hair going on all the way through the calves. And you know what? Bringing this Skeletor in, I think that's the difference. It looks like there's a little bit more of a wash. Some of these spots have washes, whereas in the Origins, yeah, it's just that plain, well, yeah, the bright blue. But here it seems like they gave it some appearance of some shadowing effect with some dark washes in the plastic. Interesting. And I think that's what we got going on with the Demogorgon here. You can see a little bit more of a dark wash where you can highlight and accentuate his hair on his arms and his legs. Starting with the head sculpt, Oh yeah. You don't want to run into that. I know I don't. Let's see his articulation. Well, not really any articulation because of his big head here, but it does rotate all the way around. Let's see if we could actually pop the head off. Yep, there you go. Standard Masters of the Universe construction there. We'll keep his head off and look at his armor. I'm just gonna flip it up and not take it all off. There's his chest. He works out. You can see the hair, and again, how we were saying, nice detail with the washes all the way through. Very, very good. Very cool. Got a nice turquoise blue on his pants or his trunks, and then a nice shiny metallic, almost like a rose color right here on his trunks right here and along his wrist, his bracelets here. Very cool. Let's put his head back on. Teeth all in the Demogorgon's face, painted white. A lot of detail going all the way into his mouth. Articulation, just like all of them, all Masters of the Universe. You're gonna go 360 at the shoulders, all the way out to about 90. Single joint right here at the elbow, bends nice and easy. His hands are huge. He's got some huge hands. They do rotate, and they do flex in and out, not up and down, not vertical, so like a horizontal. On his left side, same thing, big hands. Both hands have like that, almost a trigger finger hand, but definitely something to grip his weapon with. Left arm, same thing, swivel, single joint right here at the bicep. Same flex in his wrist. Comes to the leg, standard articulation, go out about there. Again, I hate stressing the MOTU figures any further than that. Same thing when it goes up. I just feel like it wants to snap on me. In the back, single. A little loose on the knees. Uh-oh. Big head. You need tight knees so you don't fall. That's just one finger movement right there, guys. What about this one? Yeah, a little bit tighter. Right here at his calf, he has a break in his calf to swivel, and then at his foot, swivel, and he can toe up and toe down. There we go, our Demogorgon, looking mighty mean. Let me go back to the foot. Let me show you guys. It could toe up and toe down, and it can rotate, but it can't rock like other action figures. So that's interesting. I guess they did that because they didn't want to break up the detail in his like chicken foot right here. Yeah, that's right, Demogorgon. I said you have chicken feet. Got him standing there, and let's look at his weapon. It's got the dice on there. It looks very cool. All the numbers, and it's got these flame effects, which are really cool. They are removable, so you could either have them on or off. We're obviously going to keep them on. We like the bells and whistles, things that light up. We're obviously going to keep those on. We like any type of flame effect when it comes like this, especially on a weapon like that. Now you could keep it like that, but what I'm going to do is put it like that, like he's spinning it. Very cool. Here we have our Demogorgon spinning his weapon like he was at a luau, you know, with the flame effects and everything like that. Let's push him aside. Let's get to what we really want to look at, the He-Man and Vecna. Masters of the Universe and Stranger Things. You got He-Man on top, or is Vecna on top? Depends on how you look at it. Here's the box, very similar to the other one. You got Vecna over here on the side. Great artwork right here. You can see He-Man fighting Vecna. Scary, scary. I mean, when you're watching Stranger Things, I get spooked out when I see Vecna and everything. You got the Castle Grayskull in the back. You got Battle Cat. Whoa, let's focus there. You got the Battle Cat, and who is he fighting there? Oh, is that another creature that we're gonna get? Upside Down Eternia. He-Man discovers how to return to Eternia from the Upside Down. He must defeat Vecna himself in this decaying world. However, Vecna is more powerful than the power of Grayskull. Ooh, that's powerful. Down here, just like in the other one, you can see He-Man holding the sword, and then you can see Vecna holding his little grandfather clock weapon. Twist into powerful battle positions. And then He-Man with the Target sticker. I love it when you get Target shipments and they put their decals right on the box. But look at that. Wow, that looks amazing right there. That shield that He-Man is holding there, pretty cool looking. Let's open them up. Just like we did the other one. You got Vecna and He-Man over there. Let's see what the design on the back is. Very similar. Yeah, I'm looking at the other one right now. This is the same exact cardboard cutout as the Skeletor and Demogorgon box. Here is our He-Man. I like this He-Man, just like the Skeletor, where it had some like shading going on, a little bit of washes to kind of highlight his muscles and everything. You got it on all over, not all over, but you know, in the parts where you need to, like around his chest, his abs, even in his cheekbones. Looks like he's got a little makeup on. That right there might be a little too much, but I like it around the arms and the legs and into his back. Also, look how bright his bracelets are, or his gauntlets, whatever you guys want to call them. That painted gold, it is really bright. You got it there. You got it on his belt and on his left wrist. Bright, a little bit brighter on the paint when it comes to his chest armor. And same thing down here. He's got a good wash on his boots. And right around, I guess you would say, the fur part of his boot. Very awesome. Very cool. How about that head sculpt? What do you guys think? Yes or no? Now his shield is very cool. I'm not up on any, I don't know if this is Dungeons and Dragons or if this is Stranger Things or whatever, but guys, leave it in the comments. What symbol is that? Is this something from pop culture that I should know? Or is that just an evil looking you-know-what on his shield? And now to the man of the hour. Look at this. Look at the detail in the head sculpt. His armor. His chest plate right here. That looks like a crab. The detail in his belt. His wrist bracelets there. And that dirty, almost that grimy looking wash. I mean, when you watch Stranger Things, a lot of it is very dark. It's got that purple, like that Too Bad color. I know that our Turtles of Grayskull, who is it? Mossman? Yeah. Has these kind of tentacles on his back. Very cool looking. I really wish he was taller though. He almost looks shorter than some of the other guys. If he had like a Krang size to him, the Turtles of Grayskull Krang, that'd be very cool. I'm gonna remove these extra vines, I guess you could say, or pieces from his back so we could see a little bit more detail of not just his front, but also his back. You could see the horns here going into his armor, where this is where they would port in. He's got his little shoulder pieces there. Let's look at his head, which doesn't rotate that much. Actually, yeah, it'll rotate. You just gotta watch out for his little parts of his head down there. He'll go up a little bit, go down, a little bit of attitude, but again, part of his head, his little tentacles right here kind of get in the way. His eyes have there's a lot of color and detail going in there, guys. I don't know if you guys could see that well. He's got his red eyes sunken in. It looks like a little like blue highlights in there, some white, some black. Looks really cool. Let's pop his head off and see what his armor, if his armor will come out. Okay, so this crab, this chest piece does come off. And maybe I don't have to take it all off. He has a very similar body to the Demogorgon. He's got this chest hair there, like I guess a Beastman would. Details. And yeah, that's where you would, if you wanted to, you can disconnect. Actually, you know what? You guys are here to see everything. Let's disconnect it. It disconnects right there. And then there you go. Very cool. Put it back on. Connect it there. His arm does flex up. It's a soft plastic rubber right there, so this will flex up, both the left and the right. Oh, and it pops off nice and easy if you need to swap these out. Let's go ahead and show you their standard Masters of the Universe figure construction there. Let's rotate this out. You can flex out, flex in, rotate. Same thing with the wrist, rotate, you go in and out. Twist at the waist, legs, same articulation, actually a little loose right there at the legs. He's got his rotated at the knee, very weak, very loose. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have a loose Vecna. You know what, if I do get to display him the way I want to, he's not gonna be on the ground, he's gonna be elevated. So and then of course right here, rotate at his calf or his boot area. You can point down, point up, and rotate in and out. Forgot to talk about his accessories. Look at that, it's a clock. It's a cuckoo clock, very cool. Same on both sides. It's got this nice flame effect going. I don't think it's glow in the dark while I'm talking about it. Not glow in the dark, you're just seeing a lot of black. Well guys, I actually just turned off the lights and everything, no glow in the dark, not even a hint of it. So let's see if he could actually hold his staff though. Ports right in, there you go. Because that's what I think of when I think of Vecna. If I've been saying Demogorgon, I meant Vecna. He's holding the staff because that's what he does when he's in the upside down world. So now here's my problem. We have the Demogorgon, who's a lot taller than the Vecna. I know the angle's a little off, I apologize for that, but I'm gonna go ahead and measure the Demogorgon at just above 6.5, Vecna right at 5.25, which all or most He-Man figures are at, but with his tentacles he's up to about 7.75. Am I wrong, guys? Isn't Vecna supposed to be huge? I know the Demogorgons are big because they kind of upright and they're huge and massive. So there we go, guys. You have the Vecna and He-Man 2-pack, and the first of the series was the Demogorgon and Skeletor 2-pack. Very disappointed with the height difference there. Vecna is short. He almost looks shorter right now next to He-Man. He's got a CeeLo Green thing going on with that bald head too. Demogorgon, appropriate size, I think, and then the Skeletor. Now the difference is, I don't have my He-Man readily available, but when you put up the Origins Skeletor next to the new Skeletor, which ones do you guys prefer? I kind of like the new Skeletor, but then again, you know, when you think vintage and, you know, the original Skeletor colors, that bright blues and purples, and I guess you could say just like an MCU or movie, this would probably be more appropriate, a little bit darker with the shading and everything like that. This Vecna is disappointing. I mean, I can't say, I mean, the detail is tremendous, guys, don't get me wrong. I like the idea, I like the creativity on it, but man, if you could have just made him a little bit more of a deluxe figure, give him these legs and just painted them like that, because they're very similar. I don't know, or extra part of his torso, make him bigger. Well, we got a short Vecna. That's the stand-in Vecna. I need the real Vecna for this set. So there you have it, guys. Quick unboxing and overview review of Skeletor and the Demogorgon 2-pack from the Netflix Stranger Things and Masters of the Universe mashup, and then of course He-Man and Vecna recently being shipped out from Target.com and yet to see in our stores in our area. I was excited, kind of disappointed. Just, I was expecting something taller than that right there. Am I going to keep them? Yeah. Are they going to go in the shelf? Absolutely. And again, this guy's going to probably be suspended somewhere in the set. Now, to me, they're all Masters of the Universe figures. The same style, the 5.25 to, you know, 6.25 inch figures, all kind of battling each other, good versus evil. I think it's just really cool, really fun to have. Leave it in the comments. You guys passing? Are you laughing at me right now? Is it a big joke to you that they try to do this crossover? In my opinion, toys, creativity, fun, it's all this. When you think of Netflix Stranger Things, how they do a lot of flashbacks to the 80s, this right here, guys, He-Man and Skeletor were, I guess you could say, in the prime of the time setting for that movie. These were in, you know, and a lot of boys and girls played with He-Man, Masters of the Universe, and She-Ra. So I think it's a perfect fit, this idea of Vecna, Demogorgons, and the Dungeons and Dragons lore, it all fits with Masters of the Universe. So, all right, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you watching the video. If you liked it, hit that like button. Make sure you put your comments down below. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel and share with your friends. But in the meantime, always enjoy the ride. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Oh yeah, holy moly, God, that's dramatic.